been a hot minute since I've done a prep party live, and I'm really excited. So this is in collaboration with Peach House. If you have not yet checked out Peach House in Columbus, you need to. Now is the time. Let me tell you a little bit about our collaboration with Peach House. So they are a brand new booty gym, peach-centered gym, and they recently ran a summer series. So what this summer series is women joined a 12-week challenge. They got the 12 weeks of workouts, as well as 12 weeks access to meal prep menus. And it's really important, you know, when you're doing any form of challenge, or really just to fuel your body correctly at the best of times, is to eat a high protein diet. So a lot of the recipes focused on high protein. And the high protein recipe that we're making today is cheesy chive chicken burgers. If you are prepping along with us, you need very minimal ingredients. But I want to tell you about why I chose this recipe and how I created this recipe with Peach House in mind. Was that, I'm sorry I'm a little bit dark. The sun is shining, but it's like in the worst spot right now. But this recipe is over 20 grams of protein, so it's a pretty decent serving for a meal. And the burger itself, the burger patty that we're making together now, is 1 gram of carbohydrates. Okay, so obviously not sustainable if you're wanting energy just from the burger, but typically, obviously, when you're having a burger, you're adding it to a bun, right? Whether you add it just the bottom of it, the both of it, whatever. I'm like a full bun person. Like if I'm having a burger, I want to enjoy it. So this is why I've chosen a recipe that is high in protein, low in carbs, so that you can enjoy your Friday night with a delicious burger that's good for you. So if you're not familiar with me yet, I am Simone McKenna. I am the owner of Meal Prep Menus. I help busy families prep their weeknight meals in an hour or less. So all the recipes on the website can be prepped in less than 15 minutes. And I'm going to show you that today. Okay, so we're going to grab from ingredients to when you're going to have it prepped and ready. So all I have organized is a baking tray, and I have it lined with parchment paper. The reason why I have done that is because you can, oh, hello. I see Peach House is on. That was like perfect timing because we are about to start. Oh. Anyway, all I have done is prep this. The reason why I have the parchment paper on there is because you can then just toss this in your oven. You can put them in your air fryer. You can throw them on the grill. You can pan fry them, whatever you so choose to do. With the parchment paper, it's just going to keep it ready to go if you choose to bake. I also have a medium-sized bowl, and then I have a 1 cup measuring cup. Mine are just love hearts. You'll also need a mixing spoon. I just have a regular spoon. And then if you've got time to hang around at the end, I'm going to make a very quick burger sauce with you. That's going to blow your mind. Okay. Great. Absolutely. For post-class, any post-workout, this is the one. All right. I have my computer set up next to me. Let's get into it. First thing you're going to do is throw your ground chicken. You don't have to use ground chicken. You can use ground beef, ground turkey, whatever you choose. I just thought cheesy chive chicken had a fun ring to it. So I chose ground chicken, and I'm just putting that straight into my mixing bowl. From here, I am going to add in some parsley. Now, I am not great at measuring, but if you have a little teaspoon, that's all you're going to need. I'll walk you through each. We're starting with parsley. We're going for 1/3 cup. Okay, so I'm just going to use my same cup. Here, and I am going to go for some chives. I've got 3 teaspoons of chives. So as I said, I'm not great at measuring. I kind of just toss it in. I have a new one today. I'm getting fancy. I'm going to put those chives straight into there as well. I'm going to say salt and pepper to taste, okay? So kind of put in what sounds good to you. If you're adding a bunch of like ketchup and mustard or barbecue sauce or something like that, you can probably even skip the salt. That would probably have enough sodium in it to make it delicious. But I'm going to add some salt into mine. And then before I do anything else, I'm just going to stir that together because I've got a bunch of herbs and spices on top of my chicken. And I want that to stir evenly through. Now, if you're following along with the recipe, if you grabbed it from your free week trial or from the Instagram story or whatever, you'll notice that this one doesn't have an egg in it, okay? Because the cheese itself is enough to bind the burger together. But add an egg if you want extra protein, right? If you're a larger family, if you're a family of, say, 6 to 8, the best way to make food go further is, for this recipe, is to add in like half a cup of breadcrumbs or oats. Oats make a really great, you know, like a breadcrumb alternative. And then, of course, if you are adding in those dry ingredients, please add in an egg because that will help bind it even better. But once my chicken and my herbs are all mixed together, you want to have a really decent Hulk looking burger here. So you can see mine looks, you know, a little green there as well, but I'm making sure it's all spread through evenly. From here, I'm going to add some garlic. Now, I'm going for 2 teaspoons or whatever sounds good to your family. That's the cool thing about this, is you can add in whatever you want. These burgers are so versatile because we're just going with easy ingredients. That's how we roll on meal prep menus, right? We want ingredients that you're not having to go and purchase for one recipe and then never using again. Okay, I'm going to stir that in. Once my minced garlic is stirred through, this is where we get to add the cheese. Now, let's talk cheese. This recipe, I put down cheddar cheese. And the reason why I chose cheddar cheese is because of the flavor. But if you're looking for something a little higher in protein, so I'm looking at my Peach House girls here, if you're in this challenge, you want to listen into this. You will want to use mozzarella cheese over cheddar cheese. It's just got a higher count in protein. Now, if you think about all of these ingredients that I've been, you know, saying that you can add in as a substitute, oats, eggs, mozzarella, all higher in protein. All right, so they're going to lift that count from about 22 probably to about 32 roughly, maybe more. So because it is cheese, and cheese is, you know, a fat, it also does have proteins, but we're counting it as a fat. I am going to measure this. All right, for those girls who are doing a challenge. All right, I've got 1 cup and I'm going to add a half more. I'm just using a sharp cheddar here, but if you are wanting to increase that protein, there's so many ways to do so. Just really paying attention to your choices. I've got another fun hack for you while we're stirring this together. I don't have a great mixing spoon, so I'm just using a regular spoon. But a really good hack for you here is if you're looking for some lunch box ideas, or if you're entertaining, you can throw this same recipe into like tiny muffin trays, you know, the really small tins, and make little meatballs out of them. And then once they're cooked, just throw a toothpick in them, and then you've got a great appetizer ready to go that are healthy, delicious, and high in protein. Like, eating well doesn't have to be bland and boring, right? All right, once my cheese is mixed through, we're going to start to separate these into our burgers and put them into our tray. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wash my hands, but I'm going to, and take off my rings, but I'm going to not dry my hands, okay? I'm going to keep my hands wet, okay? If you're not doing this step, then you can just spray them with oil. It's totally up to you. But this will stop the mixture sticking to your hands and will be able to make decent sized burgers. You can also use an ice cream scoop. Fun hack for you there. Let me just wet my hands here. So I'm going to wet my hands, not dry them, bring them over to my mixture. And then depending on the size of your family, you're going to scoop these out and make burger-sized burgers. Now, if you're making sliders tonight, then obviously you'll make yours a little bit smaller. And if you know that you're baking them, you know, make sure you keep a distance between them because they will kind of spread out just that little bit. But because we haven't added too many ingredients at all, they're not going to be too, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not going to release too much liquid because we're using chicken. It's a lean protein as well. They won't give as much as, say, like beef. I usually just create my burgers into the same size, and I'm not normally too worried about how many I make. But if you know you're a bigger family and you know you have 6 people to feed, just be cautious and make sure that you make 6 burgers. I would do more because this one's a good one and your family members will come back for more. Right. This recipe is between 4 to 6. If you get 6 burgers out of yours, then you're looking at about 20 grams of protein. But also bearing in mind that, you know, 1 serving of chicken, ground chicken, sorry, 1 packet of ground chicken is about 4 servings. All right, last one for me here. If you need to re-wet your hands, go for it. Usually just stops them from the mixture sticking to you. Hello, those who have just joined. I can't tap you to say welcome and wave because my hands are busy, as I tell my toddler when he wants something from me. I say, my hands are busy. I can't help you right now. Let me wash my hands and I'll show you these. This time it's soaked. Okay. So I'm going to show you my burgers. They look really good, right? We've made 6 of them in no time at all. You can bake them, pan fry them, air fry them, grill them, however you want to cook them. The oven or get them on the grill. Oh, hopefully I'm back on now. Yes. And they're good to go. I would say probably 10 or 15 minutes and you're good. However, normally I would be like, that's it. That's our recipe done and dusted. Throw it in a burger, throw it on a salad, put it on some rice. But if you've got a couple of minutes, stick around because I want to make that literally put on everything. Like if you're somebody who's trying to eat healthier, Peach House girls, listen in. You could use this as like a dip for your carrots, for celery, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to move my burgers to the side and I'll quickly get this done, I promise you, because this is just like a little extra for you. I've just got a small bowl. You don't need a lot. And I've also got mayonnaise. I'm using like a plant-based mayo, just because it's what I had. I'm going to use like a pickle relish, or you can just cut up pickles, is fine. I'm going to use some paprika, and I'm going to use for this one, for a burger sauce, tomato sauce or ketchup, right? If you are doing, like I used this and lemon juice for my fish tacos that I made last night, but the addition of the ketchup, you could probably even add mustard. It is like Big Mac sauce, all right? You won't believe me until you try it. So I want you to do this. If you have those ingredients at home, let's go. It's so good. I could drink this stuff. All right, so obviously you know how many people are in your family, how many servings you're making. It is good, so bear in mind people are going to come back for more. So I've got my mayonnaise, just a couple of, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons. I'm going to add in some of my dill pickle relish. When I say some, okay, let's go for like 2 teaspoons because I'm like awful at measuring, right? But if your family loves pickles, add in more. Paprika, optional. I've made it without before and it's still equally good, but it's really good with it in. So I'm adding quite a generous amount there. And then last but not least is the ketchup. I haven't even touched this yet. I'm just kind of like pouring it all on top. And same thing here, like a tablespoon or 2. Once I've got it all loaded in, you can't go wrong. So don't think you've done too many pickles and not enough ketchup. You can't go wrong. It's all going to be delicious. I'm going to stir that all together. Like my mouth's watering. I had this for lunch today on my leftover fish tacos. So good. Once it's stirred together, it's just like a creamy sauce, right? I'm going to put this on top of my burger. If it lasts that long, I may just get some carrots and like spoon it out and eat it. It is so delicious. The plant-based mayo spread that I use is from Kroger. It's Simple Truth. It is 9 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 0 protein. So you're going to count this as one of your fats. But it's so good. The only carb I think in there would be dill pickles are nothing. They are higher in sodium, so bear that in mind. And then your ketchup, which you're using a tablespoon, so it's nothing. But please make this and tell me that I'm not the only one that is obsessed with this. It's just so versatile. It's so good. Dinner's done, right? I got to pick up some burger buns. I'm going to throw on a slice of tomato and some lettuce, and we're good to go. Easy. Dinner and done. If you are interested in joining us for some more prep parties and want to plan out your meals for the week in a really easy, healthy, delicious way, check out mealprepmenus.com. It is essentially a recipe platform where it builds out your week for you. We don't just have dinners. We have snacks, we have breakfast, we have lunch, completely kid-friendly. You can build your own menu, send it straight to your local store, either Instacart, Kroger, and pick up the groceries and get to work. So all 5 of your weeknight meals, but you know, your whole week could be cooked in 0 time at all. So quick, so healthy. You are correct. Thanks for having me on, Peach House. Who have I got here? Yes. I'm going to go through and wave to everybody now, since I couldn't before. I'm so glad you guys joined me. Let me know if you guys make them. I'm going to throw this up on my Instagram in just a minute. So if you're somebody who was like, oh, that was really simple, I actually might do that tonight, but you didn't catch the recipe yesterday, never fear. I'll throw it up. I'll take a photo of these burgers and upload it now for you. So no worries. I hope you guys all have a great Friday, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye.